It began as a dream more than 80 years ago, a way to reduce the distance and travel time between the north and south shores of Lake Pontchartrain. Today, the Causeway Bridge remains an engineering marvel, the longest bridge in the world, a vital link for commerce and communities, and a critical evacuation route. A bridge linking the two sides of the lake had been talked about for 30 years before Louisiana lawmakers established the Greater New Orleans Expressway Commission in 1954. Commonly known as the Causeway Commission, the agency sold bonds and contracted with the Louisiana Bridge Company to construct the 24-mile span. On a tight time schedule, Louisiana Bridge used innovative concrete casting methods to mass-produce all the needed bridge parts. The state-of-the-art production techniques resulted in extremely strong and durable pieces that were barged to the bridge construction site from a lakefront production facility, then assembled like Legos. Once started, construction gained momentum, and the bridge was completed 4 months ahead of schedule at a cost of about $31 million. When the original two-lane bridge opened on August 30th, 1956, it was not only the world's longest bridge. So long, slight adjustments had to be made to compensate for the curvature of the earth. But it was also the world's first prefab bridge. Traffic rapidly increased, demanding a second span. It was built using the same concrete casting and prefab assembly techniques, with slight improvements that made the roadbed smoother and increased production efficiency. The second bridge opened in 1969 and cost $5 million less than the first. The original two-lane bridge had its share of safety problems with major accidents and fatalities. But under new management, ongoing safety improvements, and a strong, consistent orientation to protect drivers led the bridge to its modern-day records of going months, even years, without a fatality. Regular training keeps Causeway staff primed to make water rescues in case a car careens off the bridge. 102 call boxers let motorists signal for help and alert approaching drivers to a problem ahead. And since 2007, 29 remote-controlled cameras help spot problems and can get Causeway patrols dispatched even before a call box is activated. Video of a recent car fire shows that within 1 minute after the smoking vehicle stops, Causeway police have blocked off traffic around the car. Within 3 minutes, emergency vehicles begin to arrive. At 11 minutes, a fire truck is on the scene. In less than 18 minutes after the car caught fire, it's removed from the roadway and the flow of traffic resumes. What could have been a major disaster turned into a mere inconvenience. The cameras are positioned so that any car can be tracked from a Causeway approach lane all the way across either bridge. Camera monitoring staffers look for unsafe loads, loose cargo, erratic or dangerous drivers. Then officers of the 24-member police force are dispatched to deal with the unsafe situation. The Causeway's 15-sign message system delivers both safety reminders and information about bridge conditions to the 42,000 commuters who cross the spans every day. Improvements to the signage system will almost triple the number of signs, making important safety information even more readily available to drivers. When fog rolls onto the lake, Causeway staffers roll out a traffic safety program that has garnered national praise. During peak drive times, Causeway police escort groups of drivers in tightly controlled rolling convoys. After rush hours, cones restrict cars to just one lane in each direction. The reduced speed and limited movement on the spans ensures the greatest safety for all drivers. The early days of the Causeway Bridge saw problems dealing with traffic, not only on the roadway, but also below it. Over its life, the Causeway has suffered more than a dozen hits from boats and barges, threatening the integrity of this vital roadway. Today, a radar system constantly monitors Lake Pontchartrain, sounding an alarm whenever a vessel gets within 1 mile of the spans. Causeway administrators are quick to notify the Coast Guard and can even launch their own contracted vessels to provide the additional protection the bridge deserves. The Causeway's own police force is also a dramatic deterrent to crime. The force keeps a tight control over the bridge, protecting it from drunk drivers, speeders and tailgaters, and even hardcore criminals in a high-speed attempted escape. This footage shows how Causeway police first ensured the safety of the commuters as they helped another police force stop suspected murderers in full flight. The incident ended without incident and led to arrests. The bridge has been protected through strong management and planning against any potential threat. But at the end of August in 2005, the Causeway answered its biggest challenge.
You have about 36 hours now to understand how serious this storm is.
One of the deadliest natural disasters.
The numbers, tragically, will continue to rise.
The destruction just more than you can imagine.
The process of rebuilding begins. That could take years.
It is becoming clear, however, that New Orleans will not be livable for months.
Barges dragged ashore and bridges washed out. Help may be slow in coming, but it is coming.
During Hurricane Katrina, more than ever, the Causeway proved its immense value as a trusted evacuation route. Without fail, the bridge ushered tens of thousands to safety. The last vehicle crossed the Causeway at 2 a.m. as the storm bore down on New Orleans. When the wrath of Katrina had passed, Causeway leaders knew exactly how critical reopening the bridge was to bring in emergency responders and other vital personnel. A team of inspectors swarmed the spans to ensure its integrity. With wind still howling in the dark of night, engineers shined powerful beams of light, searching for any potential damage. They discovered an unused turnaround section had fallen into the lake, possibly impacting the structural integrity of the bridge. They also found that a piling cap shifted on the southbound lanes, requiring immediate repairs. By 7 p.m., just hours after Katrina's passage, and while repairs were being made to the southbound lanes, emergency traffic was rerouted southbound on the normally northbound span. It was the only way into Metairie and New Orleans at the time. Had Causeway leaders allowed traffic to traverse the damaged span without repairs, movement of heavy equipment would have resulted in a tragic collapse. Within 10 days, both Causeway spans were open, and with the I-10 twin spans crippled, the Causeway became a primary artery to return commerce and our community back to the South Shore. Post-Katrina traffic increased from 32,000 to 42,000 commuters per day, but use of toll tags dropped to 30%, snarling traffic. To improve flow and give commuters a break, Causeway officials abandoned their use it or lose it toll tag policy, so funds deposited in a toll tag account never expired. The change led to a sharp increase in toll tag usage. With toll tag usage rising to 63%, traffic flowed smoothly again with minimal delays. From its inception, the Causeway is focused not only on bridge safety, but also on sound financial practices. When more capacity was needed for Highway 22 traffic, engineers proposed a $24 million road improvement. But Causeway leaders reevaluated the plans, coming up with an alternative that accomplished 90% of the improvements while cutting the cost to just $3 million. When the Causeway speed limit increased to 65 miles per hour, federal regulations called for additional lighting on the span's high-rise humps at a proposed cost of $2 to $3 million. But Causeway officials achieved the needed safety improvements for under $100,000. At the Monroe Street overpass in Mandeville, Causeway leaders will install a reflector system to light the roadway at 1/3 of the initial proposed $1 million cost. This kind of fiduciary fitness by Causeway management recently garnered attention from Wall Street when Standard & Poor's upgraded the agency's bond rating from A- to A. In the past year, Causeway management has been repeatedly reassured that its practices are sound and strong. 3 audits have examined everything from day-to-day operations to legal compliance with toll collection requirements. Each time, the audits have validated the Causeway's financial and management practices. Audit recommendations to strengthen Causeway procedures were quickly implemented. Not content to just link the south and north shores of the lake, The Causeway Commission has also been closely involved in the more than 20-year effort to restore Lake Pontchartrain as the premier recreational site in the greater New Orleans area. The Causeway Commission was instrumental in founding the Lake Pontchartrain Basin Foundation, initially to stop shell dredging from stirring up toxins in the lake bed, and then to reduce urban and farm runoff that contaminates favorite swimming areas. The Foundation's Levant magazine recently credited Causeway General Manager Robert Lambert with helping establish the group and its vision. So what's over the horizon for this magnificent structure stretching 1/1000th of the Earth's circumference? Causeway leaders are planning for growth by widening the North Shore roadways to 3 lanes from the bridge to Highway 22. The Causeway will also assist with efforts to eventually widen the roadway all the way to I-12. In Metairie, the Army Corps of Engineers will create additional lanes onto and off of the bridge as part of a flood protection program to close one of the last gaps in the lake levee system. The project includes a 17-foot T-wall levee and an overpass gradually rising from 5th Street and sloping down to meet the bridge 500 feet into the lake. I-10 traffic will soon access Causeway Boulevard on a multi-story flyover that'll allow commuters to bypass much of the ground-level traffic and stoplights. And soon, the shoulderless spans will begin sprouting safety bays, 1,000-foot shoulders constructed between the bridge crossovers, adding an additional lane of safety for drivers. As it approaches its 53rd anniversary, the Causeway Bridge remains a vital artery and an iconic structure with one of the best safety records of any bridge in the world. Strong fiscal management has gained recognition from financial analysts. Day-to-day management is steady and stable, with recent audits confirming sound practices. Management has proven its willingness to enact recommended changes as warranted. An engineering wonder that shapes the present and the future of the New Orleans area. The Causeway has gained the respect of bridge managers the world over. And with an administration that's passionate about safety and future growth, the Causeway Bridge remains on a straight course to continued success.